Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 3. The darkest of games, I suppose, in some ways, and in other ways not. Last time, we were continuing our explorations of Irithil's surprisingly well-developed dungeon, and well-protected. And its connections to the profaned capital, mentioning how this capital being called that means that it was already viewed ahead of time as something disgusting or unhallowed rather. And that is true. This place is considered the opposite of sacred. But why is that? Well, we'll get into that later. Yep. Ow. Ow. Yeah, this place is considered the opposite of... Though it was obviously in its day and time a marvel of architecture. It took a lot of work to make these stone statues. They're incredibly detailed. And the fact that they've been preserved so well speaks volumes of the technology, techniques, and the people who lived here. But, unfortunately, as with many things, it all falls apart eventually. And when this did fall apart, it left behind some unfortunates. Now, the fact these bugs are here what that tells you is that a lot of these bugs there was something to feed off here. More specifically, the aristocrats very likely the aristocrats or the ones who were living here before. So those who would become the prison guards were probably viewed with some levels of disdain. And so they took the positions as prison guards when Pontiff Sulivan came to power and promoted them to these bugs. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Excellent. And the constant walking you can hear is the patrolling of... Nice. Ah. And now, without the bug walking around, it becomes quiet, but you can still hear some things. Well. And as you can see, we do get toxic, which is the more potent form of poison. Alright. So we will put the poison ring on. And yeah. Yep. Poison gem. Let's do it once just to show what's here. So, make the most of it. And the item they were guarding, a curse bite ring, which is fairly nice. After all, curse and the creatures that inflict it are typically now with the bugs gone, all you can hear is that lower sound, like something breathing or breathing heavily. Well, and yeah, there's one more, of course. And something's moving now. Yeah, this temple holds part of the reason that this place is called profane. Yep. I knew you were there, buddy. And it's just a shriving stone. Okay. But now that we know... Yep. And note, regular purple doesn't affect toxic. But here are these creatures with hands for a face. Alright. Yeah. There you have a lot of HP. Nope. They hit hard. But they're slow. Yeah, they have us. Yeah. By the way, recognize that kind of motion? Yeah. They're fairly similar to the trolls from 2. Though you'll see they have eyes through their stomachs. Yeah. And it dies and gives us Eleonora. And dung pies. A strange weapon found among the malformed inhabitants of the profane capital. And yeah, we're kind of on a time limit right now. As you can see, malformed inhabitants. Purging stones. So these were part of the... Yep. So these were part of the residents. These things used to be the things, people living here. Oh, got me. And we're dead. We were dead anyway because of the poison. And just showing off, there is no actual escape from this room. This is not actually where you need to go here. Believe it or not. This room is actually a dead end. Where you actually need to go is up here. But like I said, we don't, and I don't have anything, I don't have any divine blessing on me, so we're just going to die. But, as you can see, there's another one of those hand creatures there in this room up here. And yes, I'm just leaving my soul somewhere that's easily reachable. But yeah. It's just worth noting that they call them the malformed inhabitants. To get the fuller read of that from Eleonora. The profaned flame was triggered by the curse of these women, relatives of a certain oracle, but despite their culpability, they went on living without any cares. So these are the descendants of a particular oracle who saw things coming. And they know enough to be able to survive and have their livelihood uninhibited. Yep. Ow. Because the simple truth is, with people turning into monsters like these hand creatures, well, it's understandable why those who remained, the aristocrats, became the prison guards, and would look to never look at this place again. It makes sense. If you'd had that kind of past, anyone would want to just escape it. Stone torch hammer, wielded by the gargoyles of the profane capital. The profaned flame, which never goes out, imbues this weapon with a fire attack. Not a bad one. Only requires basically almost no faith or intelligence, but still gets you some nice attack power. It's kinda heavy, but has an eternally burning flame, so on the secondary effect, if you're looking for something to use in a dark area, it's a little slow, but Not the worst. And I mean, it starts at 257 and only goes up from there, so it's not the worst weapon you can wield. Alright. Still, it's something worth noting. The profaned flame allowed, or maybe it's the cause that turned the people and residents into these as bugs as well. I mean, it would certainly explain why they're so human in their general shape and appearance. It would make sense then. I mean, if there's the profane flame was somehow able to malform beings, that might make sense. Now, this is a bit of a long callback that some of you may not remember, but I mentioned how the design of the bats in Elden Ring, if you look in their if you look on the wings on the underside, they have chaos eyes. And it's always been my long-standing theory that effectively there's what they are malformed humans. And that the flame of chaos is what did that to them. Alright. So we've seen that first room. Now let's get on upstairs. Alright. And like I said, I left my soul somewhere easily retrievable. And no, I don't believe you can actually. I don't believe it's actually possible to yeah, I don't believe it's actually possible. Yeah. It's a little bit glitchy, I know, and it's not very sporting, but but it's just one of those things. It's so easy to take advantage of. It's kind of hard to not want to do this. Yeah. This is kind of one of those. Hey, if it's one of those few times where I can go, yes, I'm cheaping the game out. I don't regret it in the slightest. Yeah, dung pies. The court sorcerer set. As ever, it's a mimic. And this will lead you back to where we came in. And this is the item we could see. And it's rubbish. Literally nothing. The game likes to mess with you like that. But yep. There we go. But a mimic does guarantee at least some kind of item. The Court Sorcerer's Staff. Catalyst used by the court sorcerers of the profaned capital. Very powerful when wielded by an exceptionally intelligent sorcerer. Considering its A rank scaling and 14 intelligence requirement, yeah, I could see that. The court sorcerers laid claim to the legacy of the renowned Big Hat Logan, going so far as to emulate him with copies of the staff he used. So, yeah, the sorcerers here were largely trying to emulate him. Hood worn by the court sorcerers of the profane. The tall, dark headpiece suggests they may also have been oracles. There are many sorcerers who claim heirship to the great sage Big Hat Logan. The profane capital houses one of two leading schools, the other being Vinheim. Though it's clear that Vinheim is the more long-standing. And we did come up here already for... Oh! Well, looks like not all the sorcerers are dead. Aren't? Well, let's fix that. Wow. Though, it's worth noting, 14 intelligence is not actually that high of an ask. And Logan's scroll. Secret scroll of the profane capital court sorcerers containing the sorceries of Logan. The court sorcerers used the scroll to claim heirship to Logan's legacy, though how that claim stands up to closer scrutiny is another story. Poison arrows. Those can come in handy. I had completely forgotten about that guy. But Wrath of the Gods. Primal form of force creates a powerful shockwave. Wrath of the Gods is an epic tale, while force is but a woefully incomplete version of that yarn. The primal account of profound fury emits a shockwave that also inflicts damage. So, can imagine who's ones who started calling this place the Profane is those who had nothing to benefit, had all the reason to benefit from its downfall. And it's clear that they had help from the inside. That many of the court sorcerers looking to bicker. And here we finally spot what we came back here for in the first place. Came all this way to help a friend. Who had been captured. Covetous gold serpent.
You are a saint. Once again you are my valiant savior. I, Siegfried of Katarina, express my deepest gratitude. Take this.
A titanite slab.
No,
He's a duty to attend to. Down here in the profane capital. What could Sigurd need? There's not much down here that we've seen so far. There's monsters masquerading masquerading as humans and deformed hand beasts. Truly, there doesn't seem to be much here for anyone, really. Let's head back. Thankfully, that's a simple proposition. And we've now officially seen all this side of the profane capital has to offer. The only other place to go, really, is back and further and further in. But before we do that, we did just get a scroll, and we best be true to our word. I'm sure our magic teacher will be thrilled to see this. Logan's Scroll.
Back again, I see. Perfect timing, too.
Well, I've got quite the diversion for you.
Oh my. You've made quite the discovery. This is a scroll of the prodigious Big Hat Logan. A masterful sorcerer, long missed in Vinheim. And now we have his scroll. Right here in my very hands.
So, what he gets you access to is the Soul Spear. Sorcery developed by Big Hat Logan, the great sorcerer who left the Dragon School in an age long past. The spear boasts superior penetrating power and is testament to Logan's strength in battle. This is one of the most expensive and devastating spells. Might as well get some of the better ones. Alright. Alright. almost cleaned him out.
I don't mean to seem mixed in the form. I hope you'll promise to stay.
Well, yeah, we've now got access to that. But now there's one other place I want to go before I can declare the Irithyll dungeons completely done. Easiest way to do this, though, is to reach from the profaned capital. And then turn on our heel. And head back into Irithyll Dungeon. Again, I do adore the fact that this area is so painfully quiet. Because it sets the stage for all the noise, grunts, and steps. The thumps of those rocks and the swing of their weapons. It sets the stage for just how this place is an absolute... Ow. There we go. Oh. And we got the flame spear this time. There it is. Stone torch spear wielded by the gargoyles of the profane capital. The profane flame, which never goes out, imbues this weapon with a fire attack. Now, the profaned flame, which never goes out. There's exactly one flame if we take from the Soul series as a whole, reaches back to Elden Ring. There was one flame that was absolutely feared. The flame of the giants. The one that never went out and was the manifestation of their god of fire. An interesting point. And no, you never have to fight the sisters. You can walk past them. The only one I'd need to fight would be this one over here. Soldering iron. Yeah, they saw me, but where I'm headed is over here. Yep, here they come. Funny thing, they can't actually reach me. So theoretically, so long as they can't do that 1 point of damage they need to kill me. Anyway,
Oh, there you are. I thought you'd all but forgotten me. How sweet. Good to know that a skinny little heretic can still turn heads.
what? Ma'am, you might have mistaken me for someone else.
Oh, you're not one of them, are you?
Oh?
Accept my apologies for mistaking you for one of those leeches.
Oh.
So, what business have you here? This is a land of monstrosities, and I am no exception.
Offer
You're
help?
here to save me. But I'm guilty. A wretched child of the abyss. Is that something you can forgive?
Save her nonetheless. It doesn't matter your origin, but what you do with
Oh,
it.
really? You are no ordinary man. Very well. Besides, I've grown tired of imprisonment. I am Carla, and I accept your proposal.
And with that, we've saved Carla, a child of the abyss. The same as Nashandra, the same as so many. And like we were told, and like we know, children of the abyss are not necessarily evil automatically. After all, one in particular is the reason the Chaos Flame no longer tortures this world. Instead, now we know that remnants of the past given new life in new ways. Alright. So let's... Now that we've rescued her, we're not going to head back immediately. What we're actually going to head is further into the profaned capital. Alright. Oh, actually, I should have taken... Right, there's the other ladder over there. Again, Gilligan's best work. And this will allow us to start exploring more so into the capital itself. Note, you will be attacked by the flames. Just, if you can, just find the spot where you're not going to be hit. Yep. While you deal with this. Alright. There we go. And yeah, when its wing goes out, if you can hit to the side, you're fine. So now we just need to make it. Sorry about that, folks. I had to sneeze. Alright. Now, there are two ways to go about this. You can worry about it, or... Good day, no one. How are you doing? And here we see the remnants of the profane capital. Gold, jewels, and corpses, burned, shriveled, and left in heaps, with the white-robed aristocrats still keeping watch over it all. Not the most welcoming place we've been. Well, we already know that up in the prison, they're able to reduce our HP, so let's see what happens if we keep our distance. Oh, we upset something. Oh, one of the guardians. Okay. Well, I suppose that's to be expected. But we've been through far worse than one of them. Still, all that noise, and they still seem unconcerned. Well, yeah, much like the ones up there. Upstairs in the prison, they only seem to have one attack. And these ones have blue eyes. Huh. Well, the Handmaid's Dagger. Dagger used by handmaids of the profane capital. Each successful attack replenishes a slight amount of FP. It is said that these women took pleasure in wounding others. And their blind spot attack. Huh. So these women could care less about those who were lost here. To them, it didn't matter. It mattered to them about as much as these piles of gold and silver would purchase you wealth and comfort. It may be a true fact, but it mattered little. And for the kind of person this matters little, it usually means that they were already well taken care of. And in fact, folks, we could access the boss right now. But there's more to be seen. Yep. And note the flame in this bowl keeps burning. They weren't preserving or controlling it. They were simply channeling its power. And you can probably imagine that neither of these they didn't respond when I shot them. This also gives us a chance to look at the whole statue. Note that they have skeletal faces rather than compared to the headless versions we've been fighting. And this whole place is perched above an abyss. Rusted coin. Basically, this is an area you could drop down to avoid the fire and would give you cover. So it's another way in, basically. Yes, you'd have to fight the handmaids, but as I've shown, they're fairly simple combatants. But there's a point behind that. Their clothing was called the aristocrat's mask. In other words, these were not fighters or soldiers. These were the wealthy, privileged daughters who, when the city burned, well, they just kept doing what they wanted. It's the reason that they run at you in that very restrained manner. They were taught, groomed their entire lives to a certain decorum, and they observe it in life, death, and even unlife, or whatever you want to call this hollow state they're in now. It's the reason they come running at you giggling, pretty much, overjoyed at the prospect of hurting you. After all, you're just another potential victim to them. And that's the simple truth of the matter. To them, you're nothing more than another piece of meat to be hurt for their amusement. By the way, did you know this? Yeah. It's the reason they're all paying attention and standing there is because they're trying to figure out what's different. Because they've been here a very long time. So if anything changes, it tends to direct their attention. Ah, there it is. I'm like, I remember there being... Yeah. Ow. Okay. Go ahead and swing at me. Alright. There we go. But yeah. So this one isn't the mimic. And it just contains a burning ember. The spark of life left behind in death. Yep. Ow. Yeah, that's their grab. There we go. Rusted gold coin. Not bad. Yeah, they're both mimics. Nope. There we go. Nice. And the Great Shield of Glory. A great shield adorned with flowing patterns, it's a celebration of an ancient glory. Boasts the highest stability of such shields, but with reduced stamina regeneration speeds. Perhaps it is glory that begets indolence. So yeah, you need 40 strength to wield it, but it is the highest defense and most stable shield you can probably get. It is also 20 pounds on its own. And that is one heavy damn shield. You'd have to be a giant to wield it, or some kind of monster. And now, I'll pop this because before we go to the boss, because if I remember right, there is someone willing to help you. I might be wrong. I could have sworn there was someone willing to help you with this fight. Oh well. Might just be my memory messing with me. Or I didn't hit the proper triggers or something like that. Oh well. So, for now, let's meet the boss. I'm just gonna grab a ring of sacrifice just in case this goes bad. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Sigurd. What are you doing here?
Yom, old friend. Siegfried of the Knights of Katarina, have come to uphold my promise.
Oh?
Let the sun shine upon this Lord of Cinder.
This is what Siegfried meant. He came to put down his friend. Now, to win this fight, you need a weapon special for this. The weapon you see him wielding, Storm Ruler. Yep. Nope, just hitting him with the weapon is not the trick. Alright. Huh. Because nice. There it is. You have to hold the charge for a while and let Storm Ruler charge up. Then you can do these large slashes. Nope. He's only going to give you so much time to do it, though. And Yorm hurts. Yep. Alright. Ow. Got him. Alright. No, it's going to eat up all your stamina to use the attack. Nope. Alright. Yep. And Yorm is a tough fight, but it's sort of a gimmick fight. Yep. Ow. Oh, that should give me plenty of time. And good night. Nope, not gonna get the second one off. But yeah, you're basically aiming for Yorm's head. Nope. Time your rolls. Yep. Ow. Alright. Okay, I think I got him. There it goes. Damn, just a split second too long. Ow. Yep. Oh. Oh, got me. Okay. But yeah, having Storm Ruler from the start will make this a little easier. But I also wanted to keep our souls, cause now with Carla here, Carla is a child of the dark and can teach us things others would be hesitant to know.
Ah, there you are. As I said, I am Carla, and am grateful to you. Now, what shall we do? The only thing that might interest you is my sorcery. Although my dark arts are a detestable sort, that wouldn't interest you. You're a wicked one, aren't you? Very well. Humans are of the dark, and some may avert their eyes. Be careful, though. Let it be a secret.
So, learning dark sorceries, we can learn affinity, or dark edge. A forbidden dark sorcery strikes with a blade formed of humanity's darkness. Passed from mother to daughter, this blade was intended for both protection and as a means of taking one's own life. The young girl never swung it more than once. It appears to be an extension of envy or perhaps love towards another that will tenaciously pursue its target, even if, like so many human desires, it amounts to nothing but misfortune. Note that dark sorceries are fairly expensive. Honestly, being a hexer is the most expensive. And the Grave Warden.
A pyromancy tome, have we? And one that resonates with the dark. Yes, well suited to me. Very well, I will unravel. Besides, it will be nice to play master for once.
So we now get Black Flame. Pyromancy discovered by Grave Wardens after High Lord Wolnir fell to the Abyss. Black flames are born from the abyss, bear no shadow. They are said to be impenetrable fires of humanity. The black flame inflicts dark damage, striking targets with weighty force. So, we have some interesting pyromancies. Though note, the stat requirements to use these are exceptionally high.
There is one thing that you should... There is a darkness within man, and I am afraid you will peer into it. Whether the fear will spark self-reflection or a ruinous nostalgia is up to you entirely. Fear not. Do stay safe.
I will try. And let's see. By the way, the Storm Ruler. Great sword with a broken blade, also known as the Giant Slayer for the residual strength of storm that brings giants to their knees. Yorm the Giant once held 2 of these, but gave one to the humans who doubted him, and left the other to a dear friend before facing his fate as a Lord of Cinder. So, it's not an especially good weapon for any fight other than Yorm, but for Yorm's fight specifically, it can be incredibly useful. Now, I just want to see if Patches will talk to us once more. Otherwise, I think I've killed Grey Rat.
Oh, aren't you glad we made... Wait just a...
Alright.
Come.
So, I've probably killed Grey Rat, unfortunately. I went too far too fast. Yeah, unfortunate. Actually, don't I have a bone shard? Or did I do... Okay, I did that last time. And no Estus shards, cool. So then... I think we'll just level. Alright. There. That should be enough for
Welcome,
two.
husband. Very well. Then take nourishment.
Alright.
Let these souls withdrawn from their lessons, manifestation. Farewell, may the flame.
Alright. So... let's see. Because take a look. The throne on the right is for Yorm. On the left for Aldrich. The one who didn't flee. And the Undead Legion we've already delivered. The truth is, for the main opening of this story, we've already cleared the way. We just now have to fell 2 great monsters and bring an end to their legends. So, let's do just that. In the profane capital, and returning to Anor Londo. In both cases, we have an enemy to fell. Now let's see. There we go. Yep. So yeah, being too defensive with these two. Yep. Will result in this every single time. And yes, I mostly died there just to A, show that off, and B, I don't want to be invaded. Okay. So the best way to actually deal with the spearmen here Yep. Yep. Honestly, it's mostly I hit R2 by accident, and then I heard the other one coming up behind me. I'm just like, damn it, I screwed up. Okay. But actually, your stance into your R1 is a guard break that really opens these guys up. Yeah. Yep. And it takes him a while to get back in the stance. And those guys, when they go for that big lightning slash, yep, that helps. There we go. And yeah, they're a great source of Titanite shards and large Titanite shards. Alright. Alright. I'll remember once just to see, because I remember Henri, I believe, helps you with this fight. I don't remember where their mark is, though. I'm sure I'll get invaded and regret. Oh well. I just mostly wanted to do this fight with Henri on your side. But if I don't... Yep. Yep. Keep gems. Alright. And the slimes, they're the slimes. Yep. Yeah, I could have sworn Henri helps you with this fight. Oh well. We don't really need the help that much. Aldrich is powerful. I mean, they're managing to use the corpse of a god. Yeah. Run away. Yeah. Ow. Yep. Get away from that runaway attack. There they are. Yep. That's mainly where you're gonna get hurt, is where they run away. And now that the fire started... Alright. As far as the arrow attack goes, the longer it goes, the more you can run away from it. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Note that Aldrich is themselves the arm. You're not aiming for... I was gonna say, note you're not aiming for the corpse of Gwendolyn. You should be aiming for the arm that's holding up the corpse. Yep. Yep. Okay. now and aim for the fire. The fire's chip damage, but if you can push through, we got it. The soul of Aldrich. When Aldrich ruminated on the fading of the fire, it inspired visions of a coming age of deep sea. He knew the path would be arduous, but he had no fear. He would devour the gods themselves to accomplish his goal. And he did so, as Pontiff Sulivan provided him access to Gwyndolin. And here, where the vision of Guinevere once was, the Sun Princess ring. Ring associated with Guinevere, princess of the sunlight, and the eldest daughter of Gwyn, the First Lord. The ring is vaguely warm like a beam of sunlight, and gradually restores HP. Guinevere left her home with a great many other deities and became a wife and mother, raising several heavenly children. Yet then, which is why Gwyndolin created the image we would see later on. Guinevere left. When Gwyn would link the fire and became hollow, when he linked the fire and died, Guinevere left. She saw the ending coming and took as many as she could and fled. To where exactly, though? Or at least that's the popular story. Though, there's another interpretation. After all, we see nothing of her anywhere else. There's some predication that she married the God of Flame mentioned in Hyde's Tower of Flame. But those are mere rumors, and it's hard to know what's truly true. For all we know, for her attempt to even leave and betray Gwyndolin had her killed as a traitor. That's another theory. And Aldrich saw a time of sea. Tough enemy, Gwyn himself. Let there be love. Guinevere, his eldest daughter. Then came the war god, the nameless king. And after them, Gwyndolin, the dark sun. Though there's never been any mention of any of their mothers. Well, let's put Aldrich in his place. Aldrich became a lord by devouring men, but was disillusioned with his throne, and so took to devouring gods instead. Well, At least he did. At least he served his purpose. A maggot-infested skull. Appropriate for the monster that he was. And if we look to turn Aldrich's strength into our own, in what form may we gain it?
Aha, that's all.
The Life Hunt Scythe. Steals the HP using illusory scythe. Aldrich dreamt as he slowly devoured the god of the Dark Moon. In this dream, he perceived the form of a young, pale girl in hiding. Or the Dark Moon Longbow. This golden bow is imbued with powerful magic and most impressive with moonlight arrows. Infuse a readied arrow with Dark Moon Essence, granting it magic damage and the ability to pierce shields. Quite a devastating ability. This miracle is what he stole from Priscilla. And as he slowly devoured him... Now, both of these are excellent items. But...
Treat the Firekeeper not which she is much like.
But... I think it most fitting that Aldrich be devoured himself.
Welcome home, speak then. Very well, then touch the cake now. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of
Alright.
prosperity.
There we go. So now we're a lot stronger than we were.
Farewell, Ash may the flame.
And...
Ah, 'tis good to see ye and good. What needs smithing?
let's see. I finally got enough chunks to do the daggers up. Yeah. Okay, still gathering twinkling. Let's see. And the maces. Sweet. They're good. Yeah, I need 3 more for the heavy spiked mace. Okay.
Prithee, be careful, I don't.
So 3 more large titanite shards.
Ah. Ashen one.
Yes, yes.
'Tis quite neat.
And the heavy mace. Yep.
Prithee, I don't.
So, one thing we should do now is organize our chests so we have more ready access to the weapons we need. So, if you'll pardon me a quick moment. Nope, nope. Storm Ruler we keep. I'll keep it for right now. Let's see. Keep those 2. Keep the heavy. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. And we're good there for now. So, yeah, like 233 on the there, 263. The profane gets, yeah, we can't use Hazel's pick. The blessed hammers are only 183, but there are 2 of them, so. But the heavy, that's 376 with damage. But the chaos will probably be the best we'll get. Still, not looking bad. So we finished off Aldrich, so all that's left is the great giant Yorm. I suppose there's nothing else to say, but when it comes to Aldrich, he believed the key to his survival and victory lay in devouring a god, gaining its power. But simply that act was not enough. And the gods and yeah. Yep. Yep. There we go. And with that, we're now able to run on in. And note, the sisters don't care. So, you can pretty much just run on in. Switch to Storm Ruler. And note, yeah, you only if he falls, that's it. And no, you can charge up periodically. You don't have to use it all at once. That's the trick I forgot about this fight. And yep. You can charge up periodically, and once charged, you don't have to swing immediately. Yep. And there's the Katarina armor. Okay. There we go. Ow. Yep. Yep. Just charge it up when you can. Dodge. Ow. I did get some damage off. Yorm's a little rough, but one of the key tricks is lock onto his head. You're going to make your life a little easier. Okay. Got him. Charge up while you can. Yep. And down comes the second strike. At least you can see how this guy linked the fire. It makes sense. Alright. I mean, look at the guy. I'm sure in a battle he was absolutely vicious. Got it. Yeah, wait till... There we go. Wait till he's recovering from an attack. That's your best time. Yeah, that punch is what's going to catch you more times than you want to admit. Powered up. Alright. Alright. Just watch your stamina and you'll be fine. Don't get overzealous. Yep. Yep. Okay, he didn't go for the full combo. Okay, this should be it. Got him. Rest well.
Unkindled one.
Who?
The fire fades and awaits its one last lord.
Somebody's
Prince Lothric
taking...
is in your hands.
We're being taken somewhere.
Please save his soul.
Prince Lothric is in our hands. Please save his soul. From what? From who? This woman gave us the... This is the old woman who gave us the banner at the start of the game and bid us to leave to seek out the lords. And we've done what she asked. And now she called us back. But before we engage what she wants, because that's actually going to start another boss fight, let's take a look at what we got. The bright and brilliant soul of Yorm the Giant. Yorm is the descendant of an ancient conqueror, but was asked by the very people once subjugated to lead them, serving as both a weighty blade and stone-hard shield. Lonely Yorm became a Lord of Cinder to put the profaned flame to rest, knowing full well that those who spoke of him as Lord were quite insincere. Yorm chose to take the honorable and noble sacrifice because it was best for everyone. And with Yorm's, we gain access to his great machete. Yorm once lumbered on battlefront lines with a great shield, but one day, in place of his shield, a left-hand notch was added to the machete, enabling the smashing technique that would become the legacy of his later years. Its skill is a war cry that boosts your attack and enables a crushing strong attack, or the great shield he abandoned. It increases the user's poise even further. As a lord, Yorm risked everything and fought unflinchingly as a one-man vanguard. Following the loss of the one he wished to protect, he forsook his shield. And it is definitely one of the most powerful shields out there. It's second to the Shield of Glory, I believe, because I believe the Shield of Glory is lighter and has slightly better resistances and stability, but, well, what can you say? 38 and 40 strength needed. But, once again, I feel it best we're best served by that.
Welcome home, speak thine. Very well, then take note.
So from here, I actually think we're going to start picking up some more luck. At least up to 20.
Farewell, I shall near the flame.
And I think we'll save what comes next for next time. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Dark Souls 3. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time on this, or maybe something else. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.